Good morning, students. Today, my lecture is on dilute solutions and colligative properties. In the previous class related to this lesson, we discussed about dilute solutions. What is the definition of dilute solutions? What is solvent? What is solute? What is Henry law? What is Raoult law? These all are topics already discussed in the previous topic, that is dilute solutions. For continuation of this topic, now we are going to discuss about colligative properties. So in this topic we are discussing about four type of colligative properties. So let us start the colligative properties topic. So first of all, what is the definition of the colligative properties? What is the definition of the colligative properties? Colligative properties are which depends upon number of solute particles present in the solution. Number of solute particles present in the solution, not on the nature of the solute. Those properties called as a colligative properties. Colligative property is nothing but the properties which depends upon the number of particles of the solute present in that solution. Means colligative property is directly depends upon the particles of the solute present in the solution. So there is a connection between the colligative properties and particles of the solute, not solvent. Only colligative property depends upon the solute. So depends upon the particles of the solute. Colligative properties are four types. One is relative lowering in vapor pressure. Means relative lowering in vapor pressure. By the adding or removing of particles of the solute, we can lower the vapor pressure of the solution. Next, elevation in boiling point. This is one of the colligative property. Elevation in boiling point means you have to increase the boiling point of the solution with adding of solute particles. Next, third property is depression is freezing point. Depression means you have to decrease the freezing point of the solution by the adding of solute particles. Last one, fourth one is osmotic pressure. Means osmotic pressure by the adding of solute particles we can create the osmotic pressure. So these are the colligative properties which are depends on the solute particles. So before going to the colligative properties, we have to know the what is vapor pressure, what is boiling point, what is freezing point, what is osmosis. These are the important terminology you have to know here. So first of all, before going to the colligative properties, we have to know the what is vapor pressure. What is vapor pressure? Vapor pressure is nothing but, for example, you take the solution. In that solution there are solvent particles are there, solute particles are there. At certain temperature, pressure, the solvent particles and solute particles exerted the pressure on the surface of the liquid. That pressure is called as a vapor pressure. For example, if you take the solution, at given temperature and pressure, when the solution containing solvent particles or solute particles are converted into vapors, these vapors are exerted the partial pressure on the liquid state. So there is a dynamic equilibrium exists between the vapor phase and liquid phase. This type of pressure is called as a vapor pressure. So this is the definition of the vapor pressure. For example, if you take the, so to create the vapor pressure, the solvent or solute must be volatile. One of these substance must be volatile. Volatile substance means the substance which easily evaporate, the substance which creates vapors. That type of substance called as a volatile. For example, in a solution, volatile solvent means solvent easily evaporates, easily converted into liquid to vapors. Non-volatile means it is not converted into liquid to vapors, means it is not going to be evaporation. Okay, you have to identify what is the volatile and non-volatile. Volatile means easily they converted into liquid to vapors. Non-volatile means they do not evaporate to the liquid to vapors. So if you create the vapor pressure on the surface of the solution, one of the solvent or solute must be volatile. Then only vapor pressure will be created. So in this case, first, for example, if you take a closed container, in that container you take the pure solvent, means it has only pure solvent, means for example you take water, only water, not salt water. Pure solvent means only one type of particles only available in that solution. So if pure solvent taken in a closed container at a given temperature and pressure, the surface of the solution is occupied by only solvent molecules. So the evaporation rate is gradually increases to high. So because of the surface of the solution is occupied by only solvent molecules, so they can easily evaporate. That vapors create the partial pressure on surface of the solution surface and creates the vapor pressure. So vapor pressure of the pure solvent is called as a P naught A. So A means let us consider pure solvent, that is A. So total pressure of the solvent or total pressure of the solution is Pt is equal to P naught A, means there is no solute present in this solution, so only pure solvent. So for pure solvent the vapor pressure is Pt is equal to P naught A. Let us take the second case. Vapor pressure of volatile solvent and volatile solute. So let us take a solution in a closed container. In that solution, solvent is volatile in nature, solute is volatile in nature. This means both are volatile. They are easily converted into vapors. Means they are easily evaporates. So when you take the solvent and solute, so in that solution the surface of the solution is occupied by solute vapors and solvent vapors, means solute particles and solvent particles. At a given temperature and pressure, these solute particles and solvent liquid particles both are converted into vapors, means they create the solute vapors and solvent vapors. Solute vapors and solvent. These both vapors again create the partial pressure on the surface of the solution. So they create two types of vapor pressures: vapor pressure of the solvent and vapor pressure of the solute. So let us take, for example, if we take solvent, let us take A solvent, let us take solute B. So vapor pressure of the solvent is equal to be PA, vapor pressure of the solute is equal to PB. It is not pure, it is not a pure, it is solvent is mixed with solute, so we cannot consider it as a pure solution, so it is not pure. That's why you take vapor pressure of solvent is PA, vapor pressure of solute is PB. So total vapor pressure of the solution in the closed container. So we have to calculate the total vapor pressure for this solution, that is PT means P total is equal to PA plus PB. So this is the total vapor pressure of volatile solvent and volatile solute which are present in the solution. Next, third case, vapor pressure of volatile solvent and non-volatile solute. So here let us take container. In that container we have to take the solution. In that solution there is a volatile solvent. We have to take the volatile solvent, but solute is non-volatile. Solvent is volatile, solute is non-volatile, means solute does not create the vapors, so does not create the vapor pressure. So only solvent molecules only create the vapors or only create the vapor pressures. So here what is the problem here? In the solution, in the closed container, the surface of the solution is occupied by both solvent and solute particles, but only solvent liquid particles are converted into vapors, not solute particles, because solute particles are non-volatile, means the surface occupied by the solvent molecules that are converted into vapors, those vapors only create the vapor pressure. So solute vapor pressure here going to be 0, solvent vapor pressure is going to be PA. So vapor pressure of the solvent is equal to PA, vapor pressure of the solute PB is equal to 0, because solute is a non-volatile. If it is non-volatile, so there is no vapor pressure. So total vapor pressure of the solution PT is equal to PB, PA plus PB. Here PB is equal to 0. So almost the solution vapor pressure is equal to vapor pressure of the solvent. So PT is equal to PA. This is the another case. So here in a solution you have to take different type of solvent and solutes, depends upon the volatile in nature, the vapor pressure of the solution will be changes. So then we go for the colligative properties of the solute particles. First property we are going to discuss is that relative lowering in vapor pressure. So relative lowering in vapor pressure means we have to lower, we have to decrease the vapor pressure of the solution by the adding of non-volatile solute. Means lowering in vapor pressure depends upon the non-volatile solute particles which we are going to be add. So adding of non-volatile solute to the solution, it leads to lower the vapor pressure of the solution, because in a closed container if you take the volatile solvent and non-volatile solute, so the surface vapor pressure depends upon the particles which are occupied by the surface of the solutions. Here two types of particles are occupied by surface of the solution, but only volatile solvent particles only create the vapor pressure, not non-volatile solute particles. So by adding the non-volatile solute particles to the solution, the surface occupied by the solute molecules is increases. Means automatically the solvent particles are going to be decreases. When the volatile solvent particles are decreases, so vapor pressure is also decreases. So by the adding of non-volatile solute particles, we can decrease the vapor pressure. This is again depends upon the adding of solute particles. So relative lowering in vapor pressure is a pure colligative properties, because lowering in vapor pressure is depends upon the adding of non-volatile solute. So let us take a volatile solvent, non-volatile solvent. So vapor pressure of the solvent is Pa, vapor pressure of the solute Pb is going to be easily 0. So P total pressure going to be is equal to Pa. So Pa is equal to P naught A into Xa according to Raoult's law. According to Raoult's law, Pa is equal to P naught A into Xa. P naught A is pure vapor pressure of the solvent. Xa is mole fraction of the solute. So when after this mathematical conversion, it is going to be converted into previous equation. So P naught A minus Pa by P naught A is equal to 1 minus Xa. So by the adding of solute particles, we can decrease the vapor pressure. So we have to calculate the amount of solute present in the solution. So by the equation of this one, we can calculate the amount of solute present in the solution. So this is regarding about relative lowering in vapor pressure. Next to colligative properties, elevation in boiling point. So what is the, first of all, we have to know the definition of the boiling point. So the temperature of a liquid at which its vapor pressure becomes equal to atmospheric pressure is called as boiling point. Means if the solution, the temperature at which the vapor pressure is equal to be atmospheric pressure, that point of temperature is called as a boiling point. So let us derive the equation for elevation in boiling point. Elevation in boiling point means we have to increase the boiling point by the adding of non-volatile solutes. By the adding of non-volatile solution. Let us take a solution. In that solution there is a volatile solvent and non-volatile solute. So when we add the non-volatile solute particles to the solution, the surface of the solution is occupied by both